What's up, guys? Kind of a big deal videos. Today I want to record a video about Ibutamoren, also known as MK677 or Misylate. MK677 seems to be the most common name and what people know it by the most. It is a growth secretion product, so it will help with IGF-1 release. That's insulin-like growth factor 1 release. What it does is it triggers this hormone called ghrelin. And ghrelin, you'll hear sometimes if you watch Jerry Branham, who I'm a huge fan of, he'll talk about ghrelin and how its release can stimulate the GHSR in the brain, which controls, things like appetite, pleasure, mood. It controls, your rhythms, your memory, your cognition. It may affect blood sugar, but we'll talk about that later. In essence, what it really contributes to the most is IGF-1 release. So much like growth hormone, MK677 is there to preserve muscle. It's there to promote lean muscle. And the great thing about lean muscle growth, the great thing about Ibutamoren, excuse me, is that Ibutamoren, you actually won't get as much cortisol levels as you would from other growth secrologues. Like they do have peptides called GHRP and CJC, which can also be bought on supplement sites. These are all legal, by the way. I guess you could classify them as something like gray market. It's funny because MK677 actually has a lot of research on it as a pharmaceutical, and it can be prescribed and has been prescribed to people with hip surgeries, elderly patients. So it's not uncommon. And the thing is, from the studies, people who do their blood work end up relatively well off. So it's safe. So that's one thing about it. It seems to be very safe as an alternative to things like hormone replacement, because this is, of course, something you're putting into your body, but it's enhancing your natural ability to increase. So it's not a function like growth hormone when you introduce it, put that into your body. It's what we call exogenous. So it's coming in from an external source and you're replacing what you have, and then in turn likely shutting down whatever process is going on naturally in your body, which isn't a good thing in long term, right? Same thing with hormones, same thing with introducing testosterone or other hormones. Basically, you're shutting down your HPTA, which is your hormones, the axis that regulates follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, things like fertility, things like sperm production, the very, very fundamental functions of your hormonal balance. So when you start messing with your endocrine system, obviously, especially replacing stuff, your body adjusts, adapts, and stops producing. Now, with MK677, this isn't going to happen, apparently. The only real big drawback from what I've read is insulin sensitivity. Over a course of time, the research shows that your insulin sensitivity will change. So that's something I would look out for. Maybe that's why you might want to cycle through MK677. Otherwise, MK677 has been a game changer for me in bodybuilding, because I know it's not doing me harm. It's a healthy, clinically researched. It's proven to be healthy. If anything, it's actually making me likely younger, although it doesn't have all the benefits of growth hormone with the longevity at low dosage, because it's a different mechanism. But it's still, helping me stay, youthful, and feel better. So that said, helps your sleep. The only other drawback is you'd want to watch out for this if you potentially have cancer again, cell replication and whatnot. Otherwise, that's my review and info.